Yo, what is up guys? In today's video we're going to be playing some Miners Haven and I'm going to be showing you guys how to reborn extremely fast for first life. Now in this video I'm going to be on my old account because on all three of my slots for my main account I am extremely high life. Not extremely, but my first one I'm pretty high and the second ones I am at least first sacrifice. Now on my old account I do have 3 slots that are all taken up and I have 2 that are on second life and 1 that is on this life. I'm just going to load in my second life, but I will not be using the reborn item that I got. Just so it'll be emulating actually being on first life. Also, I actually did, on this account, I did the first life DD challenge, which is basically how you are going to get, how are you going to have to do sacrificing for third sacrifice? You're going to need DD for life 1. But these 2 items right here we're not going to be using because you need to reborn at least once for this. So those we'll ignore. But whenever you do load in the game, you will probably have a little bit less money than me, but you will have 3 basic iron mines, and you will also have 1 cell furnace will already be in your inventory. Now, the best way to make money off of the beginning is 100% cell furnaces. Cell furnaces is a good way to make a lot of money, and once you get some money saved up, what I would suggest is I would get a copper mine. Copper mines are pretty decent, and they are the mechanics behind them have been a little bit reworked, so they kind of dropped burst ores now. It's kind of weird. They'll drop like 3 ores at a time. They're all worth $400, and what I would do is I would get a few copper mines. Just place them inside of the cell furnace. You'll get some money. And next mine I would save for is the gold excavator. The gold excavator is 25k, and at this rate, it will not take us very long. What we can do is we can make another cell furnace if we would like, but it's really not necessary to make another one. All you really need is 1. So once you have enough, I would definitely recommend getting into gold excavator. Now, what excavators are and how they're different from regular mines is regular mines will just drop ores, and these ones you actually have to click the back of the mine to drop an ore. It's kind of annoying, but it does work just fine, especially if you have an auto clicker. Just click the back like this and you will be making money pretty fast. So after you do this for a little bit, also what you can do is if you get some mystery boxes, you can open them and you'll get some things on the back here. Professional upgraders are good. Uranium Mine is an extremely good item to get. Ninja Gold Mine is also pretty good. So if you do have some crystals saved, I would probably get a Ninja Diamond Mine. Or if you do have a lot, get a Radium Mine, because they're extremely helpful for life 1. Now, the next cell furnace we're able to get is 950k. We don't need that yet. What I would do is I would actually save for a uranium mine or a remote diamond mine. Now in this case we'll save for a uranium mine. It is 700k, and it's just a little bit of clicking the back of this because the ores are worth 5k. We're over halfway there already though, so it does not take very long. So alrighty. Go to mines and get a uranium mine, and we'll throw it in here. Now actually we can remove the copper mines if you want, but the ores for this are worth 60k, which is extremely good. And what I would try to do is try to fill up the entire side of the cell furnace with actually no, first I would get the upgraded cell furnace and then I would try to get some more uranium mines. The next cell furnace is 950k, which with this combo it is pretty easy to get, and we're already pretty close to getting our first $1 million. But one thing, the reason that I did not create a new account to play on was because For a lot of upgraders, there are going to be locked, and you will need research points to unlock them, and I have 536k on this account. The best way to get research crates, guys, is boxes. What I would do is I would find a friend with a pretty good infuser, and what infusers are is they basically allow you to go faster. Join a public server and ask if you can use anybody's infuser, and just get an infuser to make you faster. And just run around the map and just get research crates, and you'll get a lot of RP. So let's get the next cell furnace now, and replace it. We'll get more money with this. So you guys can see that 60k is turned into 600k. So now, after I click this a little bit, what I like to do is to get some more uranium mines, and then I like to save for emerald. Just get 3 like that. And also what I would maybe do is get another one like that, just to get money a little bit quicker. You can place up to 3 in them like that. So what I like to do is I like to get 2 emerald mines, and then we will make our first setup, guys. So after we get 1, but yeah, guys, also cell furnaces are an extremely great way to start getting money. Within 5 minutes, we were already making low millions, which is extremely good. But basically, this mine, its ores are worth $4,000, which is pretty decent. The Ninja Diamond mine in the UC shop is worth $1,000. So this is 4 times better. So if you were using the Ninja Diamond mine previously, I would resort to uranium or emerald mines now. So what we could do is we could leave these here for now. And basically, first, my setup making, there's one of 2 options you could do. One that you could do is you could buy a bunch of upgraders and have them all across your base. So you could use them to their full potential and then send it in your furnace. Or you could loop the same upgrader or multiple upgraders and save a lot of space. What I like to do is I like to loop them. It's pretty easy. I'll show you guys kind of how to do it though. But actually, we're not going to be able to do it yet because you will need a teleporter, sender, and receiver, which we are not able to get yet. So for the first part of this, these upgrader parts, go to the large ore upgrader and just get a lot of them. And what you could do here, also I would suggest getting a lot of military grade conveyors. Get some conveyors here. And just put like 2 rows of large ore upgraders. Then just make a turn at the end. So now once the ores go through, instead of being worth the standard $4,000, they'll be worth a lot more. They'll be worth about quadruple the value. Now what we can do is we can add a lot more of these upgraders, but this is pretty much just going to be temporarily. So next part, what we can do is I would suggest getting some items in the shop. For some items that I would get are I would get 10 plasma iron polishers. Scroll down. I would get some ore cannons. I would get 30 portable ore advancers, because you can use them up to 30 times. And that should be good so far. So now what you can do is make a turn here. And also, the reason that I put a military grade conveyor right here is so the ores are centered. Now, one thing that you could do to save a lot of space is put your portable upgraders on the side of the plasma iron polishers. Now what the plasma iron polishers do are, there is every time you use them, there's a 1 out of 10 chance an ore will be multiplied by 4. But if you use 10 of them, it's a guarantee. So if you use 10 of them, then every single ore will be multiplied by times 4. But also the reason that I used a 1 military grade conveyor after the solar upgrader is so you could put portable ore advancers on both sides, and the ore will get hit by them, rather than just having a bunch of extra conveyors. It saves a lot of time, and it's really useful, and it's a tip that a lot of beginner players really don't know. So after you have that, what you can do is only place one more. Then you could put military grade conveyors. You could really use any conveyor, but I would definitely recommend using military grade because they're pretty good. I probably put too many, but that's fine. But just use all the upgrade or the portables that you can. Awesome. Yeah, I put way too many. Next, for the furnace, never use research centers, guys. They actually give you less value. They're only good for research points, but I would never use a research center. The cheapest one we can get is the elevated furnace, which this is also useful for why I got an ore cannon, because 1, it multiplies ores by times 0.5, and it shoots ores into the elevated furnace. Now we can go into decor, and I would get some walls, and just put them here to act as like a backboard. We could also move these closer if we needed to be. So there we go. We're getting a little bit of extra money. Now what we can do is buy teleporters. Get 1 sender and actually 2 receivers. I'll show you guys why later. But now once we have those teleporters, what we can do is actually get rid of all of these solar upgraders. Just the solar upgraders. Keep this, guys. And we'll move this over here. Now what I like to do is get an ore gate, and this is where we'll start upgrader looping. I'd suggest getting a few more mines if you'd like. Now what we're going to do is get an ore gate, so then all the ores will get stuck here. And then once we get enough ores to where we're satisfied, we will remove this conveyor right here. So next, we'll get a ramp. Let's get a few of these. Let's move these cell furnaces over there. So now, I like to do is put my receiver here. What you could do is actually just have it in another sender, but you don't really have a lot of money, so it's just pretty easy to do it like this because it goes straight into the thing. And what you could do is place as many as you want, but ultimately at the end you're gonna have another sender. I'll just use 3. But yeah, so this is a pretty good amount of ores, I'd say. And we will send them through. Now after we do this one time, we will probably have enough for, also let me get a radioactive refiner because that's a pretty good item. Also then, once we do that, we will probably have enough for an ore tracker. An ore tracker, 750 million, and it's really good because it shows you the value of your ores. So you don't, or so you'll know about whenever they're almost ready. It's pretty nice. But also, what I would do is I would throw a radioactive refiner right before your ore cannon into your furnace. Reason being is because it multiplies the ores by, I want to say, times 4. But it makes them get destroyed in like 3 seconds. Or 5, I'm not sure. So you want to have it going into the furnace right after. It also does have a money cap. But I'm not sure what it is yet, but we're not going to hit it. So we'll be good. So, also another question you guys might be having is when will it not upgrade anymore? Basically, the large ore upgrader, it'll keep upgrading ores until I believe they're worth, I want to say 50k. It might be more. But another good thing to use is the Miner's Haven wiki. And basically what it is you could search the stats of any item, right? Large ore upgrader. And you could read all the stats about it. So it does go to 50k. And it's pretty good. If you want to search any item, basic iron mine, it'll tell you all the stats of it. And it's pretty good. I'll leave the link in the description. It's pretty good to find out the stats of any item. And I use this all the time. But yeah, while we're waiting, I'll kind of explain some more things. Basically, once the ores do blink, I will put another receiver here, and then they'll have a 50-50 chance, but if I remove that one, then all the ores will go through here, and then they will be upgraded more. So after we do this a few times, what we're going to do is we're going to way up high upgrader loop, which is this item. It is 8.7 billion, but we will have enough shortly, and we will be able to loop that item, and it's pretty good. So this does kind of take a long time to upgrade because the ore value is kind of, or the upgrade counter does kind of suck. But what we could do is we could just send them early. Let me wait till it goes through one more time though. Then we'll remove that. So then it'll go through here and we'll get pretty decent money, more than last time before. All the ores just kind of go through. And awesome. Okay, so we have 1 billion now. And now, since we have over 1 billion, we can get the cell processor, which is just about 1 billion. So, back to doing some cell stuff. We could use these mines here. And the ores are worth 4 million, which is pretty good. But we can also get better mines. Actually, I wouldn't get better ones yet. I would say for the plutonium excavator, which if we did have some more ores or if we did wait a little bit longer, we would have been able to. But in this case, we could just do this until then. How much are the ores in here, by the way? Let me check. 800k, and they're 4 million in here. But yeah, also some more things that we're going to be adding into this later setup here would be advanced ore scanners. We could use those. Next, after we way up high upgrader loop, we'll free on blaster loop, and then we'll add some Schrodinger's. And then we'll add orbitals and ion fields to this section, and then we'll be able to reborn, guys, before you know it. So we almost have enough for the plutonium excavator. Just 500 million. It's like the gold excavator, but the ores are a lot better. So after we get that, boom, awesome. One ore is worth 20 million rather than 4 million. So now what I'd like to do is basically just keep clicking until I can get a one-way up high upgrader, which is 8.7 billion. Doesn't take too long, and I will get there pretty soon. But also, guys, I decided not to make any cuts in this video, just so you guys can see about how long it does take to go from first to second life without any editing or anything. But I just click this for a little bit and just keep going. We're almost halfway there. And yeah, you guys will see about how long it takes a decent player to hit first reborn, or in my case, third, because I did reborn one time, but I already explained that in the beginning of the video. Alright, we're at 6 billion already. and 7 billion. A little bit more. 7.5. 8 billion. And awesome. So once we get that, we are also going to need a large ramp, a large converter ramp. It's 270 million, you know, not that much extra. So now what we're going to do here is get that sender, or get that receiver back. And get the way up high upgrader here. Now guys, this item is extremely good compared to the other one that we were using. Now we'll throw that there. Let me buy some more of these. And we'll get more ores here. Also, what we could do is we can get a ore tracker if we would like, because then we can actually know how much our ores are worth, and it'll be pretty helpful. What I would do is I would just put a space right there and then put the tracker here. Alright, so get rid of that, open and close that. Also guys, another thing that we should do is, instead of actually placing our receiver here, if we place it here and then a basic conveyor, the ores will already be centered. I was thinking how much the centering conveyors actually cost, but they're 77 billion and we don't have enough for that yet. But if we put the receiver here, then all the ores will hit the middle, as whenever we did it last time, not all the ores hit the middle. Also, what we can do now is we can get a better furnace. You see the original one we had was 1 million. I would say we get one for 600 or 900 million. That would probably be better. So while those ores are looping, we can work on improving our setup. Alright, we'll place that there. We'll move it a few blocks back. Also, what I'd like to do, guys, is definitely test your setups with some random mines here and there, just to see if it works. For example, like this. See if this is a good distance away. And it seems to work. Alright, that's good. I always do little things like that just to double check. But guys, the Way Up High Upgrader actually upgrades ores all the way to $1 billion. So, if you guys take a look at our money, we're going to be getting a lot more money from this part rather than last part where we just got over $1 billion. We have 30 portable upgraders, which all give a little bonus. We have these for ×4, and then we have this, which I believe is another ×4. The cannon adds 0.5%, or 50%, and the raised furnace is ×6. So we're going to be getting pretty decent money from this, and the ores are almost up to $1 billion. It does upgrade a little, like a lot less as it keeps going, but we'll be there before we know it. We're already at 600 million, 650, 688, 722, 759, 796, 836, 878, 922, 968, and there we go, guys. Now it'll start blinking, and that's whenever we can put our receiver over here. And then I would remove that receiver. So now all our ores are centered, and they're going through this setup now. And look at that money, guys. We're already making trillions of dollars. So now the next thing we're going to loop, first of all, get like 3 centering conveyors. Let's get rid of what we have over here. We'll put a centering conveyor like that. It'll make it easier. What we could do now is go to the shop. Free on blast upgraders. Get as many as we can, really. Actually, no. Save a little bit of money. I'm going to get 4. And we're going to put another centering conveyor here so the ores will hit the upgrader. Now let's collect more ore. And while we do that, we're going to add some advanced ore scanners. I would add 3. I think that's a good number. For 3, they seem to almost always hit. Now, I believe the radioactive refiner is not going to work after this, so we can get rid of that. Put 3 of those guys. And we can get rid of our cannon, get rid of that. Furnaces, we can use the sacrificial altar. Boom, awesome. Alright, we got a good amount of ores. Let's send those through. And these do upgrade faster. They all upgrade all the way up to 500 billion, I believe. Yes. But after we loop these, we'll be getting Schrodinger evaluators. And then we'll just be adding some few more things to our setup, maybe some ion fields, orbital upgraders, and then we will be able to reborn, guys. 30-minute life 1. Or it's going to be more than 30 minutes, but for how quick this is life 1, it is really good, because I know a lot of people who are on life 1 for so long. They're on life 1 for days, because they don't know the items, and they don't know how they work. But with this tutorial, this is a really good way on showing you guys how the items work, and how you could use them to the best of their ability. Also, what we can do is we can get some pink teleporters, just so we have another teleporter that we can use besides blue. And we'll be using pink teleporters for the Schrodinger evaluators. Now, our ores are actually almost capped. And they are right now. The ores are fully upgraded. So we can do, put that here. And see how much more money we get, guys. Let's remove that. Put our receiver back. And check out this money, guys. We're making QD, and we need QN to reborn, which is 1 more suffix. And then we'll be good. So now, basically, I would try to get 10 Schrodingers. I think 10 is like the perfect number, but we're only able to get 9, which is perfectly fine. But what we're going to do now is, instead of putting our blue receiver over here when the ores are upgraded, we're going to put it over here. And let me get some more walls. I'm going to get some glass walls. I think glass walls look really nice. I'm going to put a pink receiver here just for the size. And I'm going to remove it, just so we know that a teleporter will fit there. Now, at the end of this, place your pink sender. And definitely put walls here, because Schrodingers are very fast and they do explode sometimes, causing ores to get flung. And then you're going to put your pink receiver where you previously put your blue receiver. Now we're going to loop them again. And then the ores will go through here. And basically what these things do is, they're luck items. Basically, the ores could be either multiplied by a number, or they could be added a number of money. They could be destroyed. They could be exploded. The value could be reset to 0. But using 10 or 9 in this case, I think is a perfect number for first life. I do think that it's really awesome that I got Dragon Blaster and an Overlord device for Life 2. Dragon Blaster, the rarity was upped a little bit, but I just think that's pretty neat. But yeah, also what we could do is if you do have some leftover money, I would get the Dream Maker Furnace. It's times 15 rather than the times 10 on the Sacrificial Altar. Also, another good item that you can actually get, which I have actually never used before, is the Electronic Furnace. But the downside of it is you have to click it to activate it. This is twice as better as the other one. And you have to actually, like, click the button to work it. Which is kind of annoying. But I'm going to only have to click it for, like, a few seconds. Now, place the receiver here. And then you guys are going to see that not a lot of ores will make it through. As you guys can see, we only got these ores from, like, the ones that we put. Now, some are worth 1,000, some are worth QD. Oh. Let's click these. And, guys, we already have some QN. Now, there's not really a lot that we have to do to this setup. One thing I definitely would recommend is getting 4 Orbital Upgraders. Now what these do are you could put them on the sides like portable upgraders. Maybe throw one here, throw one here, one here, one here. And I would actually get like some more just to put on the other side. You can only use it 4 times, but if you put it on the side of something, it only covers half the conveyor. So I would do something like this kind of. You don't really have to. It does waste a little bit of money, but, you know, it does work. So, let's place another conveyor here, and let's get some more ores, and then we will be trying again. Also, if I use an ore cannon here, which I'm actually just going to use, just because why not? And the furnace, I'm going to upgrade to, let me find it. It's 1 QN. This furnace right here is pretty good. It's times 25. It's a little bit better than this one. But if I use an ore cannon, and I get those ion fields, I didn't buy them yet. I can get 4 of these, which these also upgrade ores pretty well. Actually, I'm not able to fit it, so let me do something kind of like this. So if we do something like that, the ores will go through that, and they'll be worth a lot more. But let's send them through the loop, and this will probably be our last loop, guys. You could do something like this, and then what I would actually do is I would get a lot of basic conveyors. I would have 3 going like this way. And then do something like this. And what I would do is I would have a wall here and a wall here, because the ores will shoot through the cannon and then they will go in here. And then you could have your furnace, and this should give us enough to reborn. So the ores will almost be done upgrading. And after this, guys, I wouldn't be surprised if we got SX. Because after adding 4 orbital uplinks and 4 ion fields, it's pretty good. Also, the Mass Man is here, so that's pretty awesome. But the ores are almost done. And there we go. Now, let's put the receiver, guys, and we should be able to reborn. Wow, we have one ore that's worth QD out of all of them. That's the only downside of the Schrodinger's, is that that's not uncommon to happen. Alright, we got 87.1 QN, which was pretty good, but these definitely will make or break your setup. If it didn't work, just try it again with the same loop, same items, and it should work. But we're actually able to reborn, guys. So, yeah, let's do it. We got a freaking Frozen Justice. That's terrible. A Frozen Justice and a Dragon Blaster. That's kind of funny. But, alright, guys. That pretty much ends the video. Let's open up this Festive Box and Inferno, see if we get anything awesome. Got an Infuser. And let's open up the Inferno. Got another Infuser. Speed Infuser, I believe. Yep. But, yeah, guys, basically that ends the video here. That's kind of a really quick way to do First Life Reborn. I know a lot of people who have been on First Life for days and not know how to play, but I definitely think this video will help people understand how to really, like, how you could do things. But, yeah, guys, let me know down in the video comments if this helped you out on your first Reborn. Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more amazing videos. Comment tree if you have made it this far, guys. I'll try to heart all the comments that say tree. Tree is in, like, this. Tree. I'll try to heart it. But, yeah, guys, that is pretty much everything. Hope you guys did enjoy. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more amazing videos. Check out my Discord server, link in the description below. And, yeah, that's pretty much everything, guys. Peace.